Hello everybody, today I have an unboxing from the Cubicle. Today is the long-awaited GE clock. So I have my Shengshou clock right over to my right, and I have my Lingao clock, which is very broken in, to my left. I haven't watched any, oh my gosh, I haven't watched any other reviews except for the Cubicle. And so to keep minimal bias if possible, I do expect, I need it really packaged as well. Let's be careful. I do expect this to be good though, because GE doesn't make bad cubes. So, let me get rid of that. Here's the GE clock. If you care about the packaging, I'd either slow this video down or watch someone else's review, because I am just going to get right into this. There it is. Turns up, stand, stuff, whatever, it doesn't matter. Okay, so, these are really nice pins. I'll compare them later. And turn. Oh, it turns really nice. Okay, so one thing on the videos of this clock that I've seen, it does that. I don't know why it does that, but it does. So this is really nice. First impressions, this clock is really nice. I'm gonna do a quick scramble. It all turns so evenly. So like if I do this, that feels like it has a nice feeling to it. So actually, I'm sorry, these feels aren't too ain't really consistent, but they all still feel really good. So I'll just do a quick okay. Wow, this is not used to this. I'm also trying to solve like over the camera. Okay, so I hear that you can tension this thing and lube it. I just plan to do some solves on it, but first impressions, this clock is really good. Now I'm going to compare it to my Lingao. So this is a very broken in clock. Like very, very broken. I've done so many solves. This thing turns better. This is not magnetic and the pins fall, but even then, so let me just have this one pin. So that turns pretty good. It does. This turns a lot better. This clock, and I even have a couple pins up, this clock turns a lot better. Yeah, and then comparing with the Shengshou, so the pins on these are a lot lighter, like they're easier to move up and down, versus this where you have to put a little bit more force and there's more friction. And the turning on this, I still can never get it that great. And so GE clock by far, out of the box, best clock. So I'm gonna probably do some solves on it, and give a review of it. But for really quick, if you're planning to get into clock, like for a comp, like if you actually really want to get into clock, you want to be good at it, solve it a lot, I would pick this up. It's $35. That's about how much I paid for it. It is worth it. But the thing is, if you're not that into clock, I would recommend getting this or the Shengshou, because you need to set them up and stuff, but they're like $10 and they're pretty good if you set them up and break them in. When they come out of the box, they're pretty bad, but like I said, you gotta break them, set them up, break them in. But if you're a really serious clock solver, I would say I'm kind of serious about it. I was. Then I would highly recommend picking this thing up. It turns really, really, really nice. So yeah, I'll be back with my review. I'll do like 100 solves on this thing. I'll mess around with the tensions and stuff, and I'll get back to you. So I'm gonna do full transition. Whoa, I'm back. Hello. So now for my full review, I've done about maybe 60, 70 solves on this clock. Here are the other three, just kind of a comparison. They're all the same size, basically. This is way better than both of these two. Even like a really broken in Lingao, this is much better. I haven't practiced clock in a long time, and I got a 6 average. I'll upload that to YouTube separately, but this clock is really good. I set it up, so I took some 50K. So just some 50K, took a paper towel, basically lubed like you would any other clock What's really nice about this clock is it doesn't have springs, so you do not have to deal with the springs. It is so nice. I could put it back together in like 2 minutes, whereas this takes like 20 minutes. Something else, the dials, they are like a lot smoother and they're not extruded like right here. So that's really nice. The pros about this thing, it's really fast and it's better than both of these. Now, one con I noticed is it's when I say it's really fast, it's really hard to control. I was finding myself having to slow down a little bit when turning just to be accurate because you have to be like 100% accurate on clock. Also, I noticed there was some kind of like grinding, felt like grinding when you had all 4 pins up, but that's just something that'll kind of go away with breaking in and stuff. So now onto whether you should buy it or not. So if you were really into clock, I would get this. If you're like world-class clock solver, I would highly recommend getting this. This is a really good clock. If you're just going to get into clock, I would not recommend spending this much money on a clock because it's one of those things where you don't want to start with the GAN X when you first buy a 3x3. Either start with the Shengshou or the Lingao. I think I would recommend the Shengshou because this isn't magnetic and you have to break it. I'll put that off to the side. But yeah, this video isn't about the Shengshou. It's about this. The stand it comes in is also nice, but this clock is really, really nice. I'll upload some solves of it, but yeah, the screws here make it really easy to take apart. You don't have to break it. You can tension it. These come off really easily. The 12s, although it can be a little hard to see, you get used to it. And it's a really good clock. I really like this cube or this clock. I'll probably be solving on a lot more. Yeah, like I said, if you're into clock, definitely pick it up. It's like $30 on the Cubicle and other stuff, and if you ask me, it's very well worth it if you're into clock. The pins they're not that heavy to push in. Everything I really like basically everything about this. The only thing I have is it's just too fast, and that'll go away with practice, and it'll just get used to the clock. So yeah, if you guys have any questions regarding this clock, please ask me in the comments. I'd love to answer your questions. Try to help out people if they should spend the money or not. And yeah, I'll upload a video of the average I got because I recorded it later. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next video.